Good morning, everybody. Welcome to, what do we call this? Driving in the car with Ran. Ran's ramblings. Ran's muses. No, that's not right. I don't know what to call this yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But it's Sunday morning. It's a very crisp morning. The sun is out in Melbourne town. And I'm driving along the Princess Highway to Geelong to go RC racing with my brother. Originally we were going to go to Knox and there was going to be 4 or 5 of us, but it rained all night and we made the decision that it's probably going to be pretty sloppy at the Knox track. So Geelong it is, on-road. Geelong is undercover. I think it's the only undercover track in Victoria. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going to run probably just vintage Trans Am. So that's a 21.5 touring car based class. It's meant to be for older chassis. I run a current chassis, but it's a cheap one. It's a Zero. They're really, really cheap from, where are they from? I don't know if they're from China or Taiwan, somewhere. I'll be honest, I can't remember. But basically, I think the kits cost me about $150, which is really cheap compared to what, outright touring car chassis cost usually about, I don't know, maybe $700 to $1,200 for just a base chassis. So this is really cheap. So what's really cool is you can buy an extra couple for spares. So I run my GT car and my VTA with both the same chassis, so the spares cross over both cars. So yeah, I just wanted to start doing these little, I love when I'm driving along, just cruising. Obviously I'm concentrating, I'm hands-free right now, I'm not touching anything to record this. I usually have these ideas and thoughts, so I thought I've got a whole bunch of ideas for moving forward with this podcast and everything. So changed the name again. I sort of changed names too much and I've really got to stick to one thing. So the original concept was built by wizards, raised by madmen, and this came about originally, for those that don't know quickly, when I first got into sports sedans, and I was just amazed by these cars and how they're built, and I just was like, this is fucking wizardry, this is magic, this shouldn't be allowed, this shouldn't be happening. The motors are generally next to the driver. The Trans Am cars, they aren't, but just these space frame cars, they've got big power, they're light, they've got big wings, big tyres, and they just blew my mind. And then when I was down at Phillip Island with a mate of mine at the time, Rod, who used to ride bikes with, old choppers and stuff like that, I was like, oh man, built by wizards, man, these things are crazy. And we're watching them race, and he's like, yeah, and raced by madmen. And I was like, mate, that is fucking sick. What a great name. And I was like, can I use that? And he's like, yeah, that'd be sick. So that's what I started with. And I don't know, I got over it. I have too many ideas. My mind doesn't stop. It just keeps going at 1,000 million miles an hour. And you know, when you're excited and there's too many thoughts in your head and you're fucking buzzing, my head's like that nearly all the time. Gets very tiring. Anyway, without going on about it, I moved into different ideas and different things, but I've come back to this because I was thinking, after so much has happened over the last few years with the direction I've been going in with things, that I wanted to come back to something where I could just talk real and just be honest and chat about what it is I love about racing, and talk about how it's not necessarily important that you win. You know, you see all these things with people talking about how if you're not racing to win, then why bother? And I get that ethos and that mentality, and I think at certain levels of racing, that's certainly how you need to approach it. But then there's guys like myself that we just grew up with racing, or maybe you didn't grow up racing, but you developed a passion for it. Maybe, like me, maybe you've had moments of greatness and shine, but you're not a gun, you're not a natural talent. getting a bit older. You know, I've had a fair few concussions. I've done a lot of drugs in my past, and so I definitely wouldn't be operating at my perfect self. You know, my brain wouldn't be fully on it to have a chance of being the best. So I wanted to be able to talk to people about that you can still go out and race, you can still be legitimate, you can still have fun, and it's still worthy to go out there and do that. So that's still where they're going to go. And the one more lap thing, which you might have noticed or may not have noticed yet, it's popping up. It's just sort of like, crank out one more motherfucking lap. And that sort of comes about because a buddy of mine, Gary Roberts, he has this ethos where he just doesn't give up, man. He will drive 3 hours to pick up something to fix a car while it's at track. He will stay all night. He will work on it. He'll keep pulling the fucking part out and try and fix it. He just won't bloody stop until you have to. Until you seriously can't do anymore, don't give up. And at Calder recently, that happened with my car. With the starter motor, it's got a Dodge NASCAR starter motor that you just can't bloody buy in Australia. I now have a spare, but I didn't have a spare at the time. And he fixed it, I reckon, I reckon a dozen times. In the end, he fixed, and this is from Friday, all Saturday, and then Saturday night he went to Bunnings. He got some hardened drill bits, cut them down, figured it all out, got it going, and raced Sunday. Now, I personally don't think I did that great, but I was out there, got no power steering. H will be saying, stop complaining, just drive the fucking car, and I get it. But I was really struggling to keep the car on the track, and so I couldn't really race people. I just was trying to get laps and get laps because my buddy had worked all fucking for 2 days tirelessly, and I'd worked on the car leading up to that for 6 months just to get it. One more lap. And there's a video, the final one, where Barnesy, my buddy in Queensland, the fucking prick, is giving me shit because I'm coasting in the corners. He's calling me Sir Coast a lot. But I was that exhausted, that sore. I know, complain. I was just trying to get one more lap, and that's what I was doing. My visor was open and kept trying to fall down. I kept putting it up to try and get air on me because I was so tired. But when other people are putting in effort, I feel it inspires you to put more effort in, and vice versa. If you put effort in, other people will be inspired to put the effort in. And I suppose Gaz was, he knows how hard I work at it, and he was like, fuck it, I'm going to do everything I can. Meanwhile, I was helping Dean run his car. So yeah, that's what I want to do this moving forward. Yeah, we're going to talk to drivers. Going to chat about racing, going to do car builds, going to talk about all that race stuff that we all want to hear, different from low level to high level. But I also want to talk to people about the mental state. How do you deal with it? How do you deal? So many people I know in this world suffer from versions of mental health, the black dog, addiction, lack of motivation, lack of self-worth. And I'm not saying I'm any expert, but I've definitely suffered from all this myself. I'm always working through it. So I think it's a worthy thing to spend time talking about in podcasts and videos. So I'm going to set up a space in my garage at home where people can come and we can have a chat, have a beer or water if beer's not your thing, or some people have alcohol addiction, so we don't want to encourage that. But and also I'm going to go and see people at their factories and their places, where they build their cars or where they maintain their car, their happy place. Because I want you all to be inspired. I want you to all be a little bit more motivated. There's only one life. I think there's only one life. I don't think there's any God. I don't think there's any afterlife. I don't think we have different lives. If we do, fantastic. But let's pretend we don't. So let's live this life the best we can and have as much of it as we can in the best mental state we can, and accept that we're not always going to be feeling good, but got to do things like I'm doing now. Part of me couldn't be fucked doing anything today, but you know what, I don't see my brother all the time. RC racing isn't my favorite thing to do. No, it's fucking not. There's a lot of, it's so fucking competitive and ridiculously, some people are just fucking idiots in it. But there's some really cool people, and that's what we want to focus on. I don't want to focus on all the fucking idiots in the world. It's easy in social media to jump into the comments on something, just see negativity. I don't want to dwell on negativity. We can acknowledge it, but I want to look at the positive, and the positive is going to go drive our little toy cars around a track and have fun. And you know, it's good for hand-eye coordination. It's obviously a lot cheaper than any other form of motorsport. Obviously, you can spend lots if you want to. So yeah, I hope you get something out of this. I definitely want to talk to you guys more. So if you race, or you know, you suffer addiction, or the black dog, I don't know if I like that term, but you know, mental health in motorsport. Why is it that you do motorsport? How does that help you? Challenges, blah blah blah. So yeah, built by Wizards, raced by Madmen. I'm Ran. Thanks for fucking getting this far. Love you all, and yeah, welcome to the new ride.